On this episode of Your Month in Review, June saw a new city administrator and a new fire chief take their oath of office. We'll introduce you to Valerie and Chief Steve Lohr and show you how their past experience will help serve Hagerstown's future. And the police chief says nuisance properties across the city are being addressed. Recent changes are paying off. There's evidence in the numbers. Take a look at data that shows the difference a year can make. Plus, retailers and restaurateurs are getting another reason to come downtown to start their business. See how the city is supporting entrepreneurs who want to fill city center storefronts. I'm Erin Wolf, and this is your Month in Review for June 2015. The city of Hagerstown now has a new city administrator. Valerie took her oath of office before the mayor and council during her first work session. She previously served the community of Weirton, West Virginia, where she worked as both the finance director and more recently as their city manager. Comes to Hagerstown with a strong track record of fiscal responsibility and both public and private sector experience.
I'm very happy to be here to serve the citizens and work with this fine administration and department heads, and looking forward to all the wonderful things that we can accomplish.
Hagerstown is also welcoming a new fire chief, Steve Lohr. Lohr has grown up in the Hagerstown community, but he gained most of his professional experience in Montgomery County, recently retiring as chief of the Montgomery County Fire Rescue Service. He has 30 years of continuous career firefighting experience with an additional 12 years of local and regional volunteer service. Now, Lohr takes the helm as Chief Kid Dietrich heads into retirement. Dietrich served the Hagerstown Fire Department for 35 years, and we thank him for his service to our community. The mayor and city council are getting a better idea of how their action is enhancing the quality of life in our neighborhoods. Just over a year ago, the council amended an ordinance to address chronic nuisance properties, those with repetitive police calls and code violations. Chief Mark Holtzman and Officer Jerry Kendall presented the latest statistics. Officer Kendall ensures that calls for police service meet the standards for a qualifying call, and he works with property owners to resolve issues. Through the changes, there are fewer validated qualifying calls, but there is considerably more communication with the property owners. As a result, fewer fines have been assessed over the last year, evidence that nuisance problems are being addressed through the cooperation of the police department and the property owner. Restaurants and retail businesses have a new incentive to make City Center's Main Street area their new home. Mayor and council approved a grant that would help these businesses with capital improvements and startup costs. The incentive is geared towards restaurants and retailers, creating opportunities for new businesses and maybe some successful pop-up shops to become permanent tenants downtown. Grants range from $2,000 to $4,000, and businesses are required to spend a year in operation at their Main Street location. Full program guidelines are available on the City of Hagerstown's website. The city is exploring future uses for what was the former Washington County Alms House, located along North Locust Street. About 20 community members came out to a meeting to discuss their suggestions and brainstorm other ideas as a group. The Alms House was used in the 19th century as a home for people who couldn't care for themselves, either through poverty or mental illness. The city purchased the property in 2004 and would like to see it used to make a positive contribution to the neighborhood. The city wants to hear from you. You can still join the conversation online by adding your ideas through the Engage Hagerstown website. The topics will be up and running through the end of July. Fairgrounds Park will soon have a place where you can get active indoors. Take a look at this concept drawing for an indoor recreation space. It'll be built in part of the grandstand area at Fairgrounds. The Parks and Recreation Division will use this to host some of their recreation programs, but it will also be available for other public groups. The city will save money by having park staff complete most of the work in-house. However, trade work will be done by licensed contractors. Plus, the new splash pad at Potterfield Pool is officially open, marked by a ribbon cutting with Mayor Dave Geisberts. The splash pad replaces the wading pool area, and as you can see, it offers entertainment for people of all ages. Check out Potterfield Pool along Frederick Street. In addition to public swims, there are also fitness swims, water aerobics, swimming classes for kids, and dive-in movie nights. We have more information on all of that on the city website. Thanks so much for watching. That's your Month in Review.